in North Korea, our regularly scheduled speaker, Ambassador Dennis Rodman, will not be here. So I'm filling in. I'm Ann Coulter, the author of 9 massive New York Times bestsellers. Boy, the sequester has really ruined everything, hasn't it? The little kids can't go on White House tours. Muslim Brotherhood has been deprived of $250 million. Oh, no, that's safe. Sorry, that's fine. Even CPAC had to cut back on its speakers this year by about 300 pounds. After all of Obama's hard work and wrangling over the budget, he's managed to cut the growth of federal spending by 2%. 2%. Congratulations, Mr. President. And even that was imposed on him by the sequester. And Roger Ailes calls Obama lazy. Did you see that? A new biography of Roger Ailes quotes him as saying that Obama is lazy. Van Jones said that was racist, but Obama himself said he was lazy. You know why Van Jones didn't know that? Because he's lazy. I'm just kidding. I love Van Jones. I do. Liberals say the word lazy is a racist code word, as is Chicago, the word apartment, mentioning that Obama golfs. No, these are all, according to liberals, racist dog whistles, which may be why only Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Rachel Maddow, and Chris Matthews can hear them. But you know, Obama has his own code words. He says investment, he means government spending. He says revenue, he means taxes. He says Dr. Livingston is in the library, he means distract Michelle, I'm going out for a smoke. Even after Republicans gave Obama his tax hike, he still won't cut spending. This is becoming what's known as a pattern. Remember, Republicans agreed to raise taxes, and in exchange, we're supposed to be, taking an axe to the budget. No, he wants to raise taxes again. Remember this the next time some journalist asks a Republican, are you saying you would not take $1 in tax hikes in exchange for $10 in budget cuts? No, see, the problem is, we're the Indians and the Democrats are Andrew Jackson. We've been through this before. Back in the 80s, Ronald Reagan made that deal with Tip O'Neill. He said he'd raise taxes. Tip O'Neill's, oh yeah, we will slash the budget. The Democrats tripled the budget. So it is not true that it was Reagan's tax cuts that led to the deficit. The problem was for every additional dollar that came into the Internal Revenue Service, the Democrats were spending another $3. Then Reagan's knucklehead of a vice president, the first George Bush, unable to learn from the first kick of a mule, made the exact same deal with Democrats, breaking his no new taxes pledge. He raised taxes in exchange for promised cuts in spending. I'll gladly take a tax hike today for a cut in spending on Tuesday. And once again, Democrats raised spending. So it would be like journalists going to tribal chiefs circa 1890 and saying sarcastically, are you telling me you would not give up 1 acre of land for a guaranteed promise of 10 acres of land? And then 10 years later, oh yeah, we're going to be needing Nebraska and South Dakota too. Obama claims he wants to keep taxes low for the middle class, and let me tell you, for the 400 people still left in the middle class, they could not be happier. But Obama also said he had to shut down White House tours because of the sequester. Do not worry, though, the $250 million for the Muslim Brotherhood, that's safe. The federal grant to study the sex habits of gophers, that's safe. We also apparently have enough money for the government to spy on Americans' personal finances. Did you see that? Reuters reported yesterday, I think, that Obama is drawing up a plan to allow our spy agencies to scour the personal finances of Americans. But most Americans don't care. After 4 years of Obama, they don't really have any personal finances to scour. Most of them Most of them told Obama, hey, let me know if you find anything. I don't know why Republicans keep saying we have to cut spending to save these entitlement programs for our grandchildren. We have to cut spending to save the entitlements for today's 45-year-olds. On our current spending rate, 45-year-olds will not receive any Medicare. And liberals' response is to say that, well, but Medicare is the most popular program in U.S. history, which, by the way, isn't saying much, the most popular government program. They determined what the most popular program was by asking the recipients of Medicare, do you like Medicare? It's like asking 6-year-olds, are birthdays a good idea? Can we include the neighbors and the friends who are forced to buy gifts? Despite the non-Fox media's claim that we've become a center-left nation, in fact, Republicans still hold the House of Representatives. There's a reason that's called the People's House. It's most representative of the feelings of Americans. They're up for election every 2 years. And the reason we don't have the Senate is because Republicans keep screwing up. I can think of about 10 Senate seats in the last 3 election cycles that we just pissed away through narcissism, greed, or stupidity. Show me one example in the last 10 years of the Democrats giving up a winnable seat. No, that hasn't happened. Passion is great, but in politics, remember, scoring is all that counts. We can't anticipate every candidate's mistake, but we can stop encouraging our candidates to show off for the base by taking positions that aren't even our positions. It's not the position of the National Right to Life Committee that a woman should be forced to carry the baby of her rapist. I think our position is, no, absolutely, exceptions for rape and incest. And now let's talk about the other 99% of abortions. Hey, where did all the Democrats go? And I think our position is also, and let's talk about locking up the rapist and not giving him the right to vote the way the Democrats want to. But on the basis of this one boneheaded statement by Todd Aiken out in Missouri, Democrats finally had their talking point, that Republicans were waging a war on women. If we agreed to wage a war on women, I wasn't at that meeting. Because if I had been, I would have told Republicans, you're too late. The Democrats have already won that war. The keynote speaker at the Democratic National Convention this year was forcible rapist Bill Clinton. The convention also featured a loving tribute to Teddy Kennedy, who I believe has the only confirmed kill in the war on women. I half expected Charles Manson to show up night 3. No, the only evidence they have for the Republican war on women is apparently that some taxpayers don't feel obliged to pay for Sandra Fluke's birth control. I think that haircut is birth control enough. Your average Democrat actually believes things much crazier than Todd Aiken, but the Democrats don't let their candidates open their mouths and say stupid stuff. Otherwise, you'd have Democrats saying, oh, I think abortions should be funded federally. We should confiscate all guns. Trees have feelings. Democrats tell their candidates, open your mouth and we'll kill you. In addition to being much better at stealing elections, Democrats are much crueler to those who hurt the Democratic Party. They don't get book contracts or radio gigs or TV gigs for harming the Democratic Party. Where's Howard Dean's TV show? The only place that would employ Dennis Kucinich is Fox News, and that's after Keebler let him out of his contract. If Republicans don't focus on what is really causing problems, they're going to fall for the canard that the problem with the Republican Party is its conservative principles. Au contraire, conservatism is about the only thing the Republicans have going for them.